Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tom's Gadget Garage. Today we are out here with the Puckipuppy Boxer All-Terrain E-Bike. We're out here at the trails on the outside of the Phoenix metro area really to test out the adventurous spirit of this bike and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Special thanks to Hollywood Racks for sending over the Destination E-Bike Rack, which is perfect because it handles bikes up to 70 pounds each, and it definitely helped us get this bike out here to the trails. So without further delay, let's get to riding.
All right, folks, so we are out here on the Puckipuppy Boxer, tackling some of these trails here. Now, this bike does have a full suspension, so that's definitely going to help us with ride comfort on these bumpy trails today. Now, in terms of tire pressure, I do have these things aired down to about 12 psi, which should help us with some of the grip on these trails. Right now, we're cruising around in pedal assist 2, and we are going up a slight incline right now, which is no problem for this bike. All right, here we go. And pedal assist 2 is more than sufficient so far. Now, the nice thing about these 26" by 4" fat tires is that they are very grippy and go over a lot of the rough stuff with ease. Now, I am by no means some off-road expert, I'll tell you that right now. You know, this is the second time in about a year that I've been up to these kind of trails on a bike. Lots of rocks and gravel here, so taking full advantage of these hydraulic brakes. All right. That banging around is the kickstand. Probably part of the reason why a lot of mountain bikes don't have them. The next section here. This bike does have a 750 nominal watt motor, which is capable of cranking out 960 peak watts of power, which so far is more than enough for this ride. Sounds like we've developed a little bit of a squeak. I'll have to lube this thing up afterwards. I'm just cruising downhill right now. Just want to control these turns. I want to end up plowing into a cactus. Now, one thing to call out is that this front fork suspension, as well as this rear shock, are doing a pretty good job of absorbing a lot of these impacts. Little downhill section here. Pedal assist 2 is perfect for these trails. We're in gear 4 right now. All right, looks like we got a nice, relatively smooth stretch here. We got some sandy areas here. 4" fat tires, cruising over them like snowshoes. Very grippy tires on this terrain. Definitely lots of fun to take this kind of bike out onto the trails. This thing is purpose-built for cruising off the beaten path. You know, obviously this isn't going to be like, mountain bike. But if you want to go cruising around on hard-packed dirt, some rocky trails, this thing does a really good job. So for these trails, this bike is definitely comfortable. I love the 26" by 4" fat tires. Throttle's great to have to help you out of some hairy situations. The only thing to call out is this kickstand bouncing around on rough terrain, but that's to be expected. All right, so we got some rocky stuff up ahead. Let's see how this bike handles it. So far that suspension is definitely putting in some work, and if you look at my hands and the handlebars, they're not bouncing a whole lot because this suspension is absorbing a lot of that. Here we go. Lots of rocks here. Lots of gravel, plowing right through. And up and over. All right. A little more chop up here. And some really big gravel. And back into the rough stuff. Really big gravel, like golf ball and tennis ball size stuff here. We're going right through it on this Puckipuppy Boxer, getting me out on this Sunday morning for a little adventure. All right, going through another little rough section here. Navigate through this. Just plow over the biggest rocks. That's wonderful. I gotta get out here and do this more often. That's what I love about these kind of bikes is, you know, it gets you off the street and into nature, you know? Heck of a lot better than any bike lane, I'll tell you that. Morning. All right, we're cruising around about 20 miles an hour right now. Slow down for this turn. More rough stuff. All right. There's our trusty Puckipuppy Boxer. So far, really impressed with the performance of this bike. Very comfortable, even on this, you know, kind of really rough terrain, going over big gravel, you know, golf ball, tennis ball size stuff. It absorbs it really well. So, you know, for being a budget-friendly kind of all-terrain bike, it's definitely got some solid performance out here today. Time to head on back. And we are off to the races. Getting some pedal assist level 3 action in on this ride right now. Relatively flat terrain. Little sand patch here right on through. Another steep section here. Right up and over. Nice smooth stretch here. Woo! That's fun. Stargazer Trail. I think we'll stay here. Sharp turn. Here's that steep section again. All right. So we got some horses on the trail here. Thank you. Morning.
Morning.
That is awesome. That's not something you get to see every day. People out here riding bikes, hiking, riding horses. That's what I love about living out here in Arizona. All kinds of adventure to be had out here. And who's to think, you know, if it wasn't for having this bike right now, I would probably be in bed sleeping right now. All right, it's our home stretch here. Cruising around on some sand. I can stay out here for hours. That is fun. Definitely have to come out here more often, that's for sure.
All right, folks, so there you have it. That was our trail ride with the Puckipuppy Boxer. And at the beginning of this ride, we wanted to answer the question, is this an off-road capable bike? Can you take this out on the trails and, you know, ride off the beaten path? And the answer, I can tell you right now, is a resounding yes. This bike did very well. The suspension absorbed all that impact that we went over today. You know, tires did well. We were able to ride on gravel, sand, rock, dirt, the whole 9 yards, and it did really well. And most importantly, it was a very comfortable ride. The only things we dealt with were the, you know, kickstand bouncing around. You know, you can always remove that for these kind of rides. And then, of course, we also had a little bit of squeaking there in the crank area. So I'll take a look at that, get that lubed up for our next ride. But anyways, this bike did really well. We went 8.05 miles. On this ride today, we had an average moving speed of about 10.9 miles an hour. We did hit a maximum speed of 19.2 miles an hour, and we had an elevation gain today of 679 feet. Definitely happy to answer any questions you might have in the comments section below. And if you're looking to pick one of these up, I will include a link as well as a coupon code in the description. And as always, thank you so much for tuning into Tom's Gadget Garage. We'll see you next time.